Hey, friends, the word for reflection on this Monday morning is saturation. I just finished up a prayer run and I overheard this really familiar melody. And I totally blew it, but it's from The Wizard and I from the movie Wicked, which the Broadway is 10,000 times better, but I digress. And I got thinking, there's this random kid that I heard singing, but I realized, wait, my family, my daughter's been singing that melody. And I just realized how pervasive melodies and songs and stories and just the desires that are being passed around through social media, YouTube, influencers, movies, etc. And I was thinking how desperately we need as moms and dads, as employers, as leaders or whatever, if you're whatever culture or agency you have as a leader over shaping a culture, how important a vision of saturation is. In Deuteronomy 6, we get a vision from God for his design and desire to habituate his people around the vision, the values, the desires of God himself being formed and permeated from every mom and dad, every kid, every child, every home. And you may be thinking, but we have a whole tribe that's committed to the service of God, the priests, the Levites. Isn't that enough? No. But what about our, three big festivals we celebrate every year? Isn't that enough? No. What about all the sacrificial system and all the incense and all that stuff? Isn't that enough? What about the Day of Atonement? And the Lord's like, no, it's still not enough. My vision is saturation. And if you look at this passage, listen, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord alone is one. You must love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. You commit yourselves wholeheartedly to these commands that I give you today. Repeat them again and again. Talk about them to your children when you're at home, when you're on the road, when you're going to bed, when you're getting up. Tie them to your hands, wear them on your foreheads, write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. The Lord knows how much our hearts, our minds, attention, and affection can drift depending on what is currently in the air, if you will, that's drawing us away. The songs that are being sung, the culture, you get what I'm saying. It's not all bad. But I just realized that as I ran and I heard that melody, I'm like, how many are singing that melody? Because that movie is currently in the spotlight. And I was thinking, man, parents, leaders, coaches, mentors, again, whatever your agency, to form that culture, you have to have a vision of saturation. And then I just began to think in my own devotional time, I'm still working through the book of Hebrews really slowly. And this language of, but we see Jesus, Hebrews chapter 2, verse 9. Hebrews 3, verse 1, we share in the heavenly calling. So fix your thoughts on Jesus, the apostle and high priest of our faith. And I was thinking of that Colossians 3, you all know it, that we're to fix our minds on Jesus. We're to set our hearts on Jesus. In Hebrews chapter 12, verses 3 and 4, we're to consider Jesus and his suffering, sacrificial, costly, obedient love. And just this constant redirecting, redirecting of our desires, of our attention, our affection, back to the Lord, back to the Lord. And you think, how much is enough? It's never enough, never enough. Anyway, that's another movie. That's awesome. But it just, the word today is saturation. Whatever you think, man, I'm annoying my kids, I'm annoying my friends, my colleagues, my roommate, my spouse by talking about Jesus. No, again and again and again. This is how we are formed, or we should say counterformed, out of the image of this world into the image of the glorious Son, Jesus Christ. God's vision is saturation. Our vision must be saturation. Talk about it when you on the road, when you're going home, when you're going to bed, when you're getting up. Put it on your foreheads, on your doorposts, on your gates. This is the way that God has given us to give us a vision of saturation so that we look and love like Jesus, so that we love how he loves, we love like he loves, we love what he loves. We've got to have a vision of saturation. We're always being formed. All of the various, everything is drawing for our attention, our affection, our desires. We have to have a vision of counter desire, counter formation in the way of Jesus.